Without question, this is North Carolina's most popular mountain town. And most places we go, about 98% of them, we don't know anything about these places, but that is not the case with Asheville.
We're back in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina, and we are very familiar with this place. In fact, it used to be our vacation away from the beach when we lived in Charleston.
It's summertime in the mountains, which means Asheville is booming, and hopefully we can be a good guide if you plan on making a visit here. We've got outdoor adventures and mountain town fun coming your way.
The shades!
Floating the French Broad River through Asheville.
This is the coolest thing ever! Oh my god!
It is summertime at a KOA. 469 miles of beautiful mountain views from Shenandoah National Park in Virginia to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
You could spend multiple days here and still not see everything.
The most breweries per capita of any city in the entire country.
The peach habanero Cesar. My favorite brunch spot in Asheville.
It's well worth the wait. That's so cool. Got the good stuff. I really hope you crack this.
Summertime here.
Yeah, it is summertime at a KOA. I know we've mentioned this in a recent video, but always nice to get a little escort at a KOA. Oreo, did you seriously find the water already? What you doing there? Your daughter's a nightmare.
Looks like it.
It's waterfront. It's small water, but hey.
Hey, it
not
is
bad.
waterfront.
Night number one, keeping it a little low key, we're hanging out in the town of Black Mountain. And this is one of those towns on TripAdvisor where it gets a lot of votes for prettiest small town in America.
In fact, it has fewer than 10,000 people. It's probably about 20 minutes outside of Asheville, and the artsy-fartsiness of that kind of flows over here. It's very cute.
For being such a small town with a small population, they get thousands of visitors that come here every summer.
It actually has quite a bit to explore, so let's go see what we can get into.
What was it? 61. Man, I got a little lightheaded there for a second.
I really hope you crack this.
Oh, I felt it catch!
Oh, that was so good. I saw you
did you
stop
hear
this.
it
Yeah,
click?
yeah.
Oh,
You must have just gone just a touch.
Darn.
That's so cool. Where exactly was something like this when I was a small child? How awesome. Uh-oh. She got her good stuff. Burgers, barbecue, hot dogs. That is what you'll find at the Grange. Victoria got herself some sort of chili burger.
Carolina burger with chili and coleslaw. No onion, but I added pickle.
It looks amazing. And I got the barbecue.
Good? Good. Is one of those places where I feel like we could settle down because it is close to Asheville. It's within 20-30 minutes of like pretty much anything you could need big store wise, but it also has like that small town feel and it's kind of funky and it's in the mountains. So
Yeah, and we love a small funky mountain town.
I feel like it checks our boxes.
That's a wrap on downtown Black Mountain. We hung out with Sarah and Seth, also van lifers it looks like, over at Black Mountain Brewery, ate at the Grange, had a drink at the Trailhead.
The Trailhead, all delicious.
Very cool downtown. It looks like we're probably just gonna end our night right here at Lake Tomahawk.
Yeah, it is the perfect mountain view sunset right outside of downtown Black Mountain. The shakes.
First thing on this morning's agenda is actually a hike that we've never done before, which is a Firetower hike. And we got all the way up here to Frying Pan Mountain Lookout. It's up at the top of Mount Pisgah. We forgot one thing. Victoria's not actually gonna climb the tower because... No, you're supposed to go up it, but we made it, and it's actually a pretty easy hike. It's 1.5 miles in and out, so elevation's not bad. I think it's 200 feet elevation gain, and we made it up in like 30 minutes. So, hey, are you sure you don't want to come up here? It's pretty.
Thomas wants to blame all of this on my fear of heights, and yes, I am afraid of heights, but he failed to mention that there's also a chance of lightning today, and I do not think that's the smartest place to be right now.
No. Two reasons that we picked this particular fire tower is, number one, it was the closest one to our KOA, and two, it was also the shortest hike, but there are some longer ones. Quick Google search will get you there.
There's also supposed to be wild blueberries on this trail. Unfortunately, I do not know what they look like, but I am an aspiring forager. I just actually have to do the research.
So Victoria believes that it's necessary I explain to you what a fire tower is. So for those that aren't aware, no hate on you. It's a big old tower at the top of a peak where you can look out for fires.
See, I don't know if it's that obvious because I was like, I don't get the point of it. Like, I mean, I guess you can build there was a fire pit right there that somebody built a fire pit and there was a tower, so I don't know.
I don't know what to say. So if you didn't know, now you do. With us being from North Carolina, we've definitely both driven sections of the Blue Ridge Parkway, but this might be today the most amount of time we've ever spent on it because a lot of our outdoor activities involve being on this road. 469 miles of beautiful mountain views from Shenandoah National Park in Virginia to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
It was created as part of Roosevelt's New Deal to get us out of the Depression, and it was considered one of the first roads created just for leisurely driving for pleasure.
This is one of the most, if not the most, popular scenic drives in the entire country. A few weeks ago, we were at Looking Glass Falls. Well, you can kind of see it through the fog, but this is Looking Glass Rock. Unfortunately, rain is trying to put a damper on our outdoor activities today. If you are a beer fan, this city is the city to be in because it has the most breweries per capita of any city in the entire country.
There are over 40 breweries here, and we are currently here at Wicked Weed, which is the most searched for brewery in North Carolina.
It's also right here next to the Orange Peel, which is a huge popular music venue in Asheville.
I actually saw my first concert here. Thomas got the fresh pressed wheat ale, and I got the peach habanero saison.
Not exactly sure when they started calling this area the South Slope, but this is an area where you can find, like, I think 8 breweries.
You know, Asheville's getting big whenever it's starting to get its own little boroughs.
Technically, Funkatorium is part of Wicked Weed.
But it is a separate tap room that focuses mostly on their sour beers. It's like a little Zen garden. I love it.
Got the place all to ourselves.
Pretty much. Don't drink and drive, folks. We are here at Sunny Point Cafe, which happens to be my favorite brunch spot in Asheville. We actually come here, I think, every single time we come to Asheville.
Pretty much.
This is a place where my love for huevos rancheros started, and I also love that everything is grown here locally, like actually behind the restaurant. You can walk through the gardens.
One thing to know is you're always gonna be on some sort of wait here.
Always. I mean, it is a Monday morning, and it's a 45 to 50 minute wait, so.
Good thing about waiting around here is you can get yourself a little coffee drink, or in Victoria's case, you know.
And to be honest, this Bloody Mary is a whole appetizer in itself, so I'm happy.
I'll be completely honest with you. I've never heard of half of these plants.
This I had in a bouquet when we were in Oregon, oddly enough, and I never knew what it was.
I feel like we did a really good job with our Brewery Blitz yesterday, but I'll tell you what, I am out on beer for the rest of this trip.
This is my recovery.
We obviously couldn't get to all of them because there are so many of them, but I feel like, you know, we put a decent dent in, 5 or 6, I think. All right, biscuits and gravy and wafers French.
Let's go.
This is well worth the wait. In the decade plus that we've been coming up to Asheville, it has grown an enormous amount.
Between all the shops, breweries, restaurants, etc., you could spend multiple days here and still not see everything.
Hope you will like the smell. We have different smells too. You can choose from.
Put your
Want
hand out.
some? Yeah. There you go. Rub it in.
The candle is lotion.
Yes.
So cool.
3 layers. It means it's blended. So what comes first is going to be cedar wood in this one.
If you know us, you know we are suckers for getting candles and soap in all the places that we go.
Things that smell good.
Kind of a bad place for a person with a sticker problem. Hey bud, what's up? About to come up on pretty much the only, like, you know, hold on to your board portion of the float. So here we go, second bridge.
We learned our lesson from Ben. We are completely disconnected.
Yeah, none of that.
Portion,
We're not doing that today.
Nope.
You just hanging out with everybody? What's up, bro?
He's got snacks.
Doing all right? You just traverse this river like it's nothing, huh?
That's pretty cool.
I need to get me some of them feet. I just got these feet.
Talk to your brother. It wasn't your genetics, you just didn't win the lottery.
Wow. She just hated on my oldest younger brother because he's got webbed toes. He's a mutant, but a good one. Today's outdoor activity. We're floating the French Broad River through Asheville, and there's actually a couple of ways to get this done.
This is a very popular stretch of river to float, and you can do rentals from a couple of companies, or you can use their shuttle if you bring your own equipment like we did.
We used the shuttle from the French Broad Outfitters, but you can obviously rent all the equipment from them as well.
It was about $15 a person, And there's two separate sections. We're doing the Biltmore section and there's the Arts District section.
It's about a 2.5 to 4 hour float, whether you put in the work or you just kind of chill and let the river take you.
This place actually reminds me a lot of Edisto because the pull-out point has a little bar and lots of activities and
food trucks, stuff like that.
Live bands.
As you've seen from some of our previous paddleboarding adventures, we're not ones to shy away from figuring out the adventure on our own, how to get from point A to point B, where to put in, where to take out. Sometimes it's turned out disastrous. Most of the time it's fine, but when you have a well-oiled machine that does the operation all day long throughout the summer, that's a nice luxury to have.
For sure. The reason this is called the Biltmore float is because, well, it's surrounded by Biltmore property on both sides. So I think we're gonna roll up on the property soon and maybe we'll get a little glimpse of the house from the river.
This is wild. We're about an hour past where you saw that duck the last time. He's currently in this gentleman's kayak. And he asked for a ride apparently, and he's just rolling down the river with this dude. Right over these bushes right here is a bunch of beautiful horses on the Biltmore estate. This is where the stables are. Okay, so Ben Affleck decided to jump ship from the kayaker up there, and now he's hanging out with Victoria.
This is the coolest thing ever. Oh my God.
Dude, I've never seen a duck just like hang out with humans like this. What's up, Ben? You doing all right?
He's nibbling my toes. Oh my goodness.
You're so funny.
I don't know what to do.
What?
Can I pet
No,
No.
All right, Ben.
Don't eat me.
Don't eat her. Nope.
No.
I don't think so.
Sorry, Ben, for even bringing up the subject.
All right, Ben, we'll see you later.
I don't know, he still might be trailing behind us a little bit. But...
Well, here he comes again.
He's like, wait up, guys.
Where Victoria is technically the west wing of the Biltmore in terms of the property. Here's how this float's gonna go for you. You got 3 bridges you're gonna pass. Between the second and third bridge is gonna be your longest time period. You are covering 6 miles throughout the entire thing. But once you get past that third bridge, you're gonna be looking for the left. You'll see a bunch of lights, a big red tower.
And most nights you'll also hear live music.
Yeah, they jam out here. So the outfitter, just be on the lookout, and pretty easy to navigate. I would say that was a pretty successful sunset paddle.
That was pretty awesome.
And the party doesn't necessarily stop when you get off the river because they've got a little beach area, super dog friendly, and obviously you can go get a drink at the bar before you head out.
Look at all the dogs.
We love this kind of thing. Reminds us a lot of back home at Edisto River Adventures in Charleston, and I feel like it's kind of the perfect way to end our Asheville weekend. We're packed up, time to wrap up, but first, you know what time it is. Project RV Campground Review. Boop! There's 2 KOAs in Asheville. This is KOA East.
We ended up at a 30 amp spot because it was actually only one of 2 spots left in the entire campground this weekend. So we ended up paying $65 for weekday and $90 on the weekend.
We've actually tried to book this campground before, but this is a very popular campground due to its 10-minute location to Black Mountain, 20 to Asheville. And when we rolled in, we were like, hey, we were actually lucky to find a spot. And she was like, yeah, pretty much when someone cancels, it fills up right away. So plan ahead on this one. If you're the type of RVer that likes to just kick it at the campground, this is almost kind of the perfect spot. It's got everything you need in terms of a lake, a river that runs through it. There's a ton of families just sitting along the river, just fishing.
They also do rentals of bicycles and I think of maybe even the paddleboards.
Yeah, it's got a pool, kids play areas, obviously RV sites, as well as cabin sites.
Thankfully, we also have our KOA rewards, so we saved $22 on this reservation.
Not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Hopefully, we were good Asheville and Black Mountain tour guides. Obviously, we couldn't get to everything, but if there's something that you want to let the people know about below in the comments, please do that. Because this is a huge place and a ton of things to do. And I guess that's it for now. Time to hit the road, and we will see you next Sunday, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.